Happy hump day. The Orioles continue to hate me, but we got a huge slate. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, and we are here in the middle of the week. I'm ready to get after it, and we have the biggest slate of MLB baseball we have had all season long. All right, that's right. We got a couple double headers in there. So, anyways, it was a 2 and 3 day, one strikeout away. Sonny Gray had two strikes multiple times in that seventh inning, and he didn't get the job done. But that's baseball, so we have to take a 2 and 3 day, one of our few losing days we've had like in the last 26, 27. But I need it to stop now. That's it. I just need it to, and I want to get another winner. So, quick heads up. There will be no MLB video for Thursday's games. We have life plans going on. We're too busy. It would be too much of a stretch to try to do it. But here's the deal. I will still get the good hitter matchups done, and I'm going to post those on the community tab of the YouTube page, YouTube profile, on X, and also on Discord. So that Discord's free, by the way. Click that link and go join. And then I'm also going to give my best bets. So that's not changing, but just the entire full-length video will not be there. Just want to let you guys know. But it was a weird day in the MLB. Colin Ray shut out the Braves. Kiter Montero shut down the Mariners. I mean, maybe that's not that hard, but Montero does suck. And then Chris Bassett, I'm not going to get excited or angry right now, but he completely destroyed the Orioles. That's all I'm going to say. And the A's helped the White Sox end their 21-game losing streak, unfortunately, on the day that Billy Beane passed away. Sad news there. Anyways, but that was a crazy day in the MLB. So we have a Dinger Tuesday tie. We don't have a winner. I know one of you four, that's right, we have a four-way tie. Might be thinking I'm about to announce your name, but we have a four-way tie. Let's pull it up. There it is, all because of the teenager, Jackson Holiday, hitting a bomb. We have a four-way tie. And again, like I said, if it's the same player, I don't care if someone got a 800 or 780. I'm not going to punish you for not having the right book or whatever. So at St. Louis Ray 4687, at Benji Smith, at Hill to top one, and at Chase Wendling 71, four-way tie, Wednesday showdown. Now, obviously, we don't have a video on Thursday. I might post a winner on Twitter or something. If not, I'll just announce it also on a Friday video. But here's what you got to do. You four guys, make sure you pick 5 players and leave a comment below with those 5 players, all in the same comment. Please don't make me chase 5 different comments. Odds do not matter. It is the most combined total bases of those 5 players, and the winner gets the winnings from Dinger Tuesday. So first time having this big of a tie, but congrats to you four. Good luck also. So we have the biggest slate, like I said, 17 games, 2 doubleheaders. We got to get into it. And I do not have a baseball fun fact right now. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have one. I didn't do my job, I guess. I'm going to try to find one, though, and maybe give it to you at the end of the video. We'll see. But anyways, in this video, we're going to recap yesterday. We're going to go over those good and bad hitter matchups, and then we're going to talk who's on fire. That's right, it's hump day, so that means we're talking the hitters on fire in the last 7 days that we do once a week, and then the good pitcher strikeout matchups, the pitcher report, and unfortunately, no big game breakdown today. Again, like I said, it's been busy, so we're just trying to get as much out there as we can to you guys. Then, of course, we'll wrap it all up with the best bets, the hitter parlay ideas, and the bets recap. So hit that like button like you guys are doing every single day. Leave a comment below, help this channel grow. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we're on our way to 27,000 subscribers. NFL right around the freaking corner. And speaking of NFL, I will be on the Kerm Show on Wednesday again to talk the Indianapolis Colts right after their MLB talk. So if you want to come check me out, appreciate the support. So anyways, enough babbling. Let's get into it. And it starts with the recap. All right, there it is. The 2 and 3 day, 1 strike away from a 3 and 2 winning day. Red Sox team total of a 3.5, never a doubt. That's right. They cashed that decently early, and I think they got 6 runs in that game. This one is brutal, guys. The Orioles, every single time I bet them, you guys know that have been following me, they continue to suck when I bet them. If I need them to suck, they do well, and vice versa. And also, Chris Bassett is a guy who always does the opposite. Why I bet a Chris Bassett versus the Orioles matchup is beyond me. Ryan didn't understand it either. He said, why are you betting Orioles games? Honestly, over 5.5 hits allowed. He threw an absolute gem. I think he ended up giving up 1 stinking hit. He dominated them. I mean, he was Nolan Ryan, Cy Young, Randy Johnson. He was the greatest pitcher of all time, and the Orioles sucked. Why did I pick the Orioles to go to the World Series also? I don't know, because their young, inconsistent lineup shows up from time to time, and that was one of them. I am just terrible read. My bad, guys. That was, I don't understand it. But Sonny Gray over 6.5 Ks. He didn't have a K, I don't think, in the first inning. and he didn't have a K in his last inning in the 7th, but he ended up with 6 Ks in between. Go figure. He had 2 strikes multiple times that game. It is what it is. Tyler Mahle did not get the win, so we would have hit it, but oh well. Bryce Elder under 16.5 outs. Unfortunately, I only put a half unit on that play, but that was an easy win as he gets shelled by the Milwaukee Brewers. And then Christopher Sanchez under 17.5 outs. You're watching that Phillies-Dodgers game. Man, was that irritating. Dodgers sometimes would have the long at bat, get a guy on first, and then all of a sudden, 2 pitches later, he's out of the inning because it's first pitch ground out, first pitch fly out. I mean, the Dodgers just could not get anything going. He went 6 full innings and then could not record an out in the 7th. We lost on the hook, but I don't really count it the hook because 17.5 is one of those main numbers anyway. So, but there it is. 2 and 3 day. We're still 22 and 11, up 1.45 units. We will be fine, but it's time to bounce back now. So before we get into the best bets, let's talk those good and bad hitter matchups. We got 13 of them for you, and we got to go right to the bottom left. Jose Altuve, Mighty Mouse, 6 for 7, and 6 extra base hits versus Jose Urania. That's silly. I mean, that's not even fair. But we got some good hitters. Not a ton of at-bats for a lot of these guys, but Ketel Marte, 4 for 10. Robbie Grossman, 5 for 11. Austin Riley, 4 for 11. Machado, 4 for 8. Speaking of 2 guys that just haven't really lived up to their expectations this year, Austin Riley and Machado are 2 of those guys. And then Bregman over there on the right, as you see, and then some 3 for 6s as well. So take a screenshot. Hopefully this helps you get some winners today. And now let's take a look at the bad hitter matchups. And I only got 3. Jurickson Profar, guy we've bet on many times, 3 for 26 Ks against Marco Gonzalez. I don't see that lasting. Marco Gonzalez is not good. He throws about 86 miles an hour when he really tries to throw hard. Marcell Ozuna, 3 for 18, another guy we bet on many times, 6 Ks versus fastball Freddie Peralta. And then Willy Adames, 1 for 11 with 5 Ks versus the lefty Chris Sale. So those are the hitter matchups. And now it's time to talk who's on fire. All right, here is page 1. If you are new to the channel, we try to do this every single Wednesday. You have to have a minimum of 20 at-bats and hit 340 or higher to make the list. And this is just a good way to tell, who's swinging the hot bat. Because baseball, whether it's team or player, it's huge to be on a hot streak. You want to kind of catch those guys when they're on that hot streak. But if it's in green, they are the leaders in the clubhouse. Luis Garcia, the Nats, 458 average. 2 bombs and 3 ribbies, and Tyler Fitzgerald, a rookie, 3 home runs. We know he has been crushing it lately. As you see up there, though, Ellie De La Cruz, Xavier Edwards has just been an absolute stud for the Miami Marlins at the top of that order. And then some, Gunnar Henderson, Salvador Perez, maybe surprises with Dansby Swanson, Connor Wong, guys like that. But anyways, that's page 1. Hopefully this helps you, and take a screenshot. And now let's check out page 2 now, and we have 7 more to go over. And we have Jackson Holiday. That's right. The guy who was born, I think, when I was in high school. He had 3 home runs and 8 ribbies in the last 7 days. So it's good to see him, living up to those expectations after his first call-up was not as successful. But Andujar hitting 400. James Wood, another rookie. We got some young hitters that are really kind of this next generation of guys that we're going to see, and it's pretty exciting. But Wood hitting 429 with 7 ribbies, and Conforto with 6 ribbies up there as well. So anyways, those are all the hitters for who's on fire. And now let's talk some arms. All right, we got 3 good pitcher strikeout matchups for you today. Here's page 1, Luis Gil versus the Angels. I don't really want to go over it again because we just talked about it yesterday. The game got postponed, and now they're playing a doubleheader today. But there is all the numbers. Luis Gil is a stud, 9 Ks in the only start versus the Angels this season. Now, number 2, Freddie Peralta at the Atlanta Braves. Braves, 4th highest K percentage versus righties at 26.6%. Peralta, 149 Ks in 120.1 innings. Very similar, almost exact home road K splits, but he has been consistent. Some of you guys that have bet him probably already know this. He is a guy that is, I'm a little on edge trying to trust, whether it's, outs recorded, earned runs, or anything, especially Ks. As you can see, last 5 starts, 7, 4, 8, 6, and 4 strikeouts. Just faced Atlanta in his very last start, which can also make this a little interesting. He had 7 strikeouts in that game. So those are the first 2. Now let's check out the second page. And the third and final one, Tariq Skubal versus my Mariners. Mariners striking out a little less lately. Can we give them a round of applause, please? I mean, they got Justin Turner, they got some new guys, and they're striking out a little less. 8th highest versus lefties last 3 weeks, 27.5%. Skubal, 162 and 136.1. We know he's one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. Similar home road splits. He does have 8 or more Ks in 4 of his last 5 starts, and 7 or more Ks in 7 of his last 8 starts. Now, you may be wondering, where are some other pitchers? Well, let's talk about them. The lefty, Cole Reagans versus Boston. Red Sox have the 16th highest K rate versus lefties. I left them off because they're about average. You can include them if you want, but I just want you guys to know in case you're trying to research. Hey, okay, Boston is about average versus lefties lately. Chris Sale versus the Brewers, second lowest K rate. I mean, they are flat out not striking out much, 15.8%. And then speaking of the lefties, if you want to know who has the lowest K rate versus lefties, how about the Washington Nationals? Blake Snell coming off a no-hitter facing the Nats. Nats have the lowest K rate versus lefties in the last 3 weeks. One hell of a matchup. Snell who can strike out anybody, and the Nats who just don't strike out. 15.1%. So those are three lefties I wanted to touch base with you guys on, just so you had as much info as possible. But now it is time for the pitcher report. All right, this first page has 9 matchups. That's right, we got 17 today. I'm not going to go through everyone. We could be here forever. But we got some interesting matchups. Kikuchi's making a second start for the Astros. Did well in his first start, 27.2% K rate. But, he's been okay this year, 4.67 ERA, giving up some hits, that's for sure. Joe Ryan up there, obviously advantage Minnesota there in Wrigley Field. Michael King's been a good pitcher going up against the lefty. Marco Gonzalez, advantage San Diego there. And then Bayozo, I don't even know how you pronounce it, but going up against Andrew Abbott, obviously we know the advantage there. We're going to talk a little bit about that game later also. And then Blake Snell, like I said, off that no-hitter going up against Jake Irvin, who's had a pretty good season. But the big matchup is really there at the bottom. I mean, honestly, the last 2 matchups are probably the best. Freddie Peralta versus Chris Sale in a nice showdown there for some guys that know how to strike out hitters. And then Taj Bradley, better K rate at home, much better, like we've talked about, but still he can miss some bats going up against Eric Fetty in his second start for the St. Louis Cardinals. So take a screenshot. All the averages are on the bottom. Hopefully this helps start your day and kind of lead you in the right way or right path to get some bets in. But now let's take a look at page 2. All right, you will see 2 different games for the Arizona-Cleveland series and for the Angels-Yankees because those are the doubleheaders towards the bottom there. Not a lot of great matchups on this page except for the top one and the bottom one, really. Cutter Crawford having a good year, going up against Cole Reagans having an even better year, and he freaking knows how to miss bats, as you guys know we just talked about. And then on the bottom, Tariq Skubal, AL Cy Young favorite, going up against George Kirby, having one hell of a season, especially lately. He was my dark horse to win the Cy Young. I don't think he's going to do it, but he is having one heck of a year. 3.04, 2.94 expected ERA. And those are 2 of the most elite walk guys in the majors. And I mean not walking guys. Great command, 4.8% for Skubal. And a elite and historic, again, 2.8% walk rate for George Kirby. But other than that, Luis Gil is on the mound for the Yankees like we talked about. That second game is a bunch of guys that, I don't know a ton about. Carson Fulmer's okay, and Warren has not pitched yet. But other than that, Stone for the Dodgers going up against Tyler Phillips, who just got absolutely rocked in his last start after that great 9-inning start before that, so on and so on. So anyways, take a screenshot. Again, hopefully this helps you go get some winners. But now it is time for the best bets. All right, this first one is a player prop parlay. Give me Michael King over 5.5 Ks and Valente Belozo, no to record a win at plus 104 on DraftKings. Let's start out with the first leg. Obviously, this is the meat and potatoes of this bet. Michael King, 6+ Ks. He's had this now in 7 of the last 8 games, and he is facing a Pirates team that has been better versus the righties with Ks. And I say better, I don't mean they've been a great team or anything like that. We'll talk about that in just a second. But they do have the 14th highest K rate versus righties in the last 3 weeks. Before the last 6 righties against this Pirates team has had 6 or more Ks. Ryan Nelson, 7. Hunter Brown, 8. Yaiber Diaz, 7. Zach Gallen, 6. Oh, by the way, Michael King has a much higher K rate than all 4 of those guys. So for the last 6, I've already gone over this. Dylan Cease just pitched for the Padres yesterday, left the game after 1 inning. They need Michael King to go deep. They're going to give him as long a leash as possible, I would assume. And then, you know what? The Pirates have some very targetable guys versus right-handed pitchers. As you can see by this screenshot with Outlier. Outlier, by the way, incredible app like we've talked about. O'Neal Cruz, 31.9%. Jared Triolo, 25.2%. McCutchen, 24.7%. Joey Bart, 26.7%. I mean, these are all guys almost 25% or higher in K rates. There's 4 right there with some other decent ones as well. We only need 6. So I think there's plenty of options here. I think this number is too low. It should have started at 6.5 in my opinion. But we just need 6 Ks from Mr. King for the 8th time in 9 games. Now, the second one, I'm just going to call him Bellagio. because I like Vegas, and I'm just going to call him that. But only like one or two Marlins starting pitchers have recorded a win in like the last 40 games. We talked about this before. There's a stretch where there's like one in the last 30 or 35. It's insane. It is very hard to record a win on the Miami Marlins. He's only made 3 starts. He has a 4.20 ERA. He has pitched exactly 5 innings in every start. So he's not going deep into games. If he gets into any trouble at all, he could easily just not even make the 5 innings, which is the qualified amount you need to record a win, in case you didn't know that. And then we have Andrew Abbott on the mound for the other side. Obviously, much better starting pitcher. Reds just have an advantage all up and down this one. Marlins bullpen is horrendous. I like the Reds, the way they're swinging a little bit lately, especially Ellie De La Cruz. So I just don't see him getting a win. He'd have to go 5 at least, leave with the lead. Bullpen cannot blow the lead. I think the Reds win this game anyways. So give me Michael King over 5.5 Ks, and then Bellagio over, or no, to record a win. Brain fart right there. Here we go. That's my first best bet, and now let's check out bet number 2. All right, this second one takes us out to Oakland, where the A's are hosting the Chicago White Sox in the game of the year. A's money line minus 218, White Sox money line plus 180 with a total of 8.5 runs. First, I just want to congratulate the White Sox on winning a stinking baseball game. That is awesome. I'm sure the fans are celebrating late into the night. But my best bet, Joey Estes, over 17.5 outs recorded at minus 130 on Bet365. He's been solid at home, guys. If you don't know much about Estes, he did go back to the bullpen for a bit. He is now in the rotation. In his last start in the rotation, he faced the Los Angeles Dodgers at home. How about 6 full innings, giving up 2 hits? I mean, that is a pretty impressive outing there. But here's the deal with Mr. Estes, because you probably don't know much about him. Home road splits, my goodness. At home in Oakland, 2.25 ERA in 40 innings. That's a big sample size with a 199 average against and only a 312 slugging. He has been dynamite. On the road, 7.47 ERA in 37.1 innings, 289 average, and a 572 slugging. It is an unbelievably big difference. Is it going to be that big of a difference all year? I don't know. But right now, you gotta tail him at home. So as you can see by this screenshot from Outlier, of course, click the link below. Go get that free trial if you want to win some bets and help your research out. But he's gone over the 17.5 outs mark in 5 of 6 home starts. That's a pretty good hit rate. I'll take that. His only miss, by the way, was his second start against the Angels, as you see there, and he fell 1 start short. And also, as you can see, he also went 9 innings versus them. Before that, he has 19 plus outs recorded in 3 of those 6 home starts. I just need 6 innings. Just give me 18. He's now facing a White Sox team. We know they're not good offensively, but they have the 6th highest chase rate. They have seen the 6th fewest pitches per plate appearance. They don't work the count a lot, as you guys already know probably. And so I think it's a great matchup. And in fact, 13 of the last 17 righties have gone over this 17.5 outs line mark versus the Chicago White Sox. 9 of those 13 went 7 or more innings against them. This is a great matchup. Of course, bottom 5 offense as well. I think Estes goes 6 full innings here for the 6th time in 7 home games. That is my second best bet. All right, this final bet takes us out to Wrigley Field, where the Cubbies host the Minnesota Twinkies. Twins on the money line minus 134, Cubs money line plus 114 with a low total of 7 runs. That alone should tell you the wind is probably blowing in Wrigley Field. But my best bet in this game, it's thrilling. Give me Joe Ryan under 1.5 walks at plus 120 on Bet365. This is a half unit play. I'll explain why in a second. I love the plus money value here. Let's take a look at Outlier right here. As you can tell by this screenshot, guys, the hit rate is unreal. He has gone under this line in 17 of 22 starts this year. I don't even understand. I don't know what I'm missing here. Maybe we're getting value because his last start he had 3 walks, which he rarely ever does. He's only walked 2 or more guys in back-to-back starts 1 time all season long. His walk rate, as you saw in the pitcher report, 4.3%. This guy's command is elite. So I think we're getting incredible value here. He's facing the Cubbies. They have the 12th lowest walk rate versus righties since July 1st. They're about average all year. I mean, it's not like it's a bad matchup or anything either. So he's known for his command. I think he's going to get it done. Now, why the half unit? It's a day game. They've been a little screwy for me lately. So I'm just going to go a half unit on it. If you want to go unit or not even tail it, obviously that's up to you. But I'm going to put a half unit on it, and hopefully we can start the day off with a winner. So give me Joe Ryan under 1.5 walks as my third and final best bet for the video. Any added plays will be in the pinned comments below. But let's check out the hitter parlay ideas. All right, here we go. We got some good ones today, and I start out with Mr. Jose Altuve. Duh. He's 6 for 7 off Urania. If I didn't include him, I'd be an idiot, I think. 1 plus hit in 16 of the last 20 games, hitting 301 on the year. You know Altuve gets hits. I didn't see his hit props up yet. That's why I don't have a bet or anything on the hitter parlays, but that's a great one. Second one, Xavier Edwards. My goodness, guys. 1 plus hit in 28 of his 33 games that he has played this year. It's unbelievable. And also, by the way, he's facing a lefty. He's just hitting a nice, easy 435 off of lefties. Facing Andrew Abbott, averaging 8.2 hits per 9 innings, about average. But if you don't know Xavier Edwards, he's hitting 383 this season, also in those 33 games. 2 plus hits in 6 of his last 9. He is the new Luis Arias for the Miami Marlins. My goodness. The third one, Miguel Andujar of the A's. He's let us down before, but hey, he's hitting 400 his last 7 days now. He gets the honor of facing Davis Martin, who's given up 9 hits already in 6.1 innings. Small sample size, but 5 earned runs already. This guy is nothing special at all. And it's not like he's some top prospect or anything. And he also gets to have a couple ABs versus the White Sox bullpen. Hey, give me some ABs versus the White Sox bullpen. I might get a hit. Okay, probably not, but seriously, it's pretty ugly, that's for sure. And then the fourth one, guys, there's too many, really. So I just want to say some teams to target. I don't know if you guys like this or not, but Yankees and D-backs. Yanks facing Davis Daniel, we talked about yesterday. He's not good. There's going to be lots of hits to be had there. The D-backs. Now, this is the game against Carlos Carrasco. He has given up around 10 hits per 9 innings. You saw Ketel Marte hitting him well, Josh Bell hitting him well. So there's lots of hitters on that team that can hit Carrasco, who is very good at giving up hits. So anyways, those are my hitter parlay ideas, my best bets, and all the research help you need for Wednesday. And now let's check out the recap. All right, there's the 3 bets so far. Michael King over 5.5 Ks, and Belozo of the Miami Marlins, no to record a win, plus 105 on DraftKings. Joey Estes over 17.5 outs recorded at minus 130. And then we finish it with a half unit play. Joe Ryan under 1.5 walks at plus 120 on Bet365. Again, any added plays will be in the pinned comments below. They will be on X and they will be on Discord. So let's bounce back from yesterday. Let's get some winners again. Hopefully get that sweep. But thank you guys for watching. Again, a reminder, we will not have a video for Thursday. I'll get out the hitter matchups and my best bets still, but no long video. We'll be back for Friday. So thanks again. Hope you have a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.